All right, arguably the most powerful man in sports, our fearless leader, Rodger Goodell, getting a contract extension from the NFL owners that'll tie him to the league through the 2027 season. This is kind of big news. Goodell in the past had floated that this would be his last contract, that he wouldn't get another one after 2024. He's been in there a long time. He's been as commissioner since 2006. But why would he want to give that up? He's arguably the most powerful man in sports. He's making a pretty penny, and the NFL is in the best place it's ever been, arguably, and he's the one to thank for it. Like I said, he's been in charge since 2006. This will tie him through 20 plus years. He'll be the second longest tenured commissioner in NFL history. Now, Pete Rozelle was just months shy of 30 years as commissioner from 1960 to 1989. So he's still got a ways to go. But Goodell, only 65, still seems to be in good health. 70 could be the number one. He could get one more contract after this. It's a critical year. 2030 is when the new collective bargaining agreement will be coming up. They just negotiated it back in 2020. So maybe Goodell takes one more contract after this one to get them through a collective bargaining agreement. It would be his third under his tenure. And the TV deal, they just negotiated the TV deal, $130 billion, like insane, an insane TV deal. That's why the owners love him. He's getting everybody rich in this league, but that comes due in 2033. But there's an NFL opt-out at year 7 in 2030. So they could opt out, and I don't know why they would, just to get more money when they can. And that's a critical year. 2030, the CBA and a new TV deal. Maybe Goodell guides them into that era. But the problem is there's no understudy. Like when Paul Tagliabue gave it up in 2006, Goodell was the clear front runner. He was the clear guy that was going to take over as commissioner. There is no guy under Goodell like that. He does not have an underling. He's the power horse. He's the dominating factor, and he's getting compensated ridiculously. Now, the details aren't out yet, but we know in 2019 and 2021, 2019 to 2021, he made just shy of $64 million per year. It's going to put his career totals north of 700 million, maybe just short of 700 million based on projections here. That's insane. My man is loaded being the commissioner for the NFL, and he's had a lot of controversies to deal with. I'm no Goodell fan. We got Deflategate, we got Spygate, we got Ray Rice, we got the handling of suspensions, the handling of fines, we have concussions. He's masterfully, not so much, navigated through a litany of issues, a litany of controversies, but in the end, the NFL is king. It's the number one show in the United States. It crushes TV ratings. Everybody watches the NFL, but I do think the NFL is at a tipping point here. They've spent way too long prioritizing money and bottom line than quality of play on the field and safety of play on the field. The NFL has been down the last 2 years as far as the product's concerned. Offenses are way down. Scoring is way down. It's ugly football. People don't love it. You have controversies with the ref. Now that gambling's involved, officials aren't full-time. They're not completely played. They're abysmally bad. And the grass, the turf fields, they aren't getting everybody grass fields because it's a little expensive to get those field surfaces changed out. They have more than enough money to mandate this change, but they don't want to cut into that bottom line. I think this is why the owners love him. He gets them paid. He only cares about the bottom line. They're only about making money. They're not about the product on the field. And I think the NFL could be at a problem point here. Like when you stop prioritizing the quality of your product and just cut pennies, pinch, try and get it global. I mean, we're hearing they're floating possibly a Super Bowl in London. Are you out of your mind? The Super Bowl is the American event, not a global event. It's in the American event, but they want that global audience. They got to go do that. I mean, honestly, you just run up there in New York and storm the field if you have to, if they're going to put this Super Bowl in London, because that would be a disaster. They clearly want some teams across the pond. I'm hearing 2 teams in London, a team in Germany, and then a 4th team somewhere undecided, maybe 2 in Germany, maybe 3 in the UK, but they want a full division of teams in London. The Jaguars are basically a London team already. They play there all year, it feels like. They're moving this direction. They realize that how big soccer is globally, they want the NFL to be that. Now, I don't think the NFL is ever going to be able to be that. You can't, it's a lot of high barrier to entry, essentially, as far as tackle football is concerned, with pads and stuff. But the rest of the world just ain't like America. They ain't tough. They a bunch of softies. You ever watch soccer? A lot of soft people playing that sport. Football is usually a man sport, but hey, I could be wrong. It's going the way of soccer. We're softening things up. You can't tackle people. They're talking about banning hip drop tackles. It's just kind of a mess right now. I guess the owners trust to see Goodell through to the end to get him to guide them through what I think is going to be a rough, bumpy patch for the NFL these upcoming seasons. But it's interesting when all is said and done, he's going to go down as the second longest tenured commissioner in NFL history. And I think all in all, everybody who's going to talk about the growth of the NFL, the explosion in popularity, getting it to the next level, it's all going to be thanks to Rodger Goodell. He's a very controversial person in the football world, and I think that's what his legacy is going to be. He's going to be like, this is the man that changed the NFL, took the NFL over the top, and I know some football fans in the moment are going to love that, but I think history is going to look very kind upon Rodger Goodell. And guess what? When you're one of the most powerful men in sports, why would you ever want to give that power up? But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are you happy that Goodell's getting another 3 years, probably another 6 years as commissioner before he moves on? Or do you want him gone? Do you think he's been a real problem for the NFL and taken away from that product? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We get new videos every single day. If you want to support the channel more, hit that join button. Channel memberships, it helps support me, gives you great content, gives you access to earlier videos, lots of cool stuff, emojis, badges, all sorts of fun stuff. Helps me keep making this great content for you guys every day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.